Introduce yourself. You're doing a fire. You have all the reason to begin again. Honor this desire. Do you hear the call? Coiling the wire. You have all the reason to begin again. Honor this desire. I have found the catalyst, and I have found the catalyst in you. Understand yourself. This is not a test. You have all the reason to begin again. Honor this request. Do you wait for love? Put your acquiesce. You have all the reason to begin again. Honor this request. I have found the catalyst, and I have found the catalyst in you. Chemical reaction incinerates the grain.
Now it's a chemical reaction, all right. St. Ricketts, the catalyst. www.saintricketts.com.
Hey, everybody.
What is up? That is up. She is so anxious to get on. I absolutely love it. I dig it 110%.
It's my time of year, of course.
It absolutely is. JD Wolf in the house, loving the makeup. Of course you do. Allie, as always, kicking ass. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday night and Yo 2.0.
What's up, guys?
What is up, everybody? Jeff the Shark Perini, the lovely Allie Commissaro in the house again tonight for another awesome episode. I know I'm back. I know you missed me.
I want to hear what everybody's doing for Halloween costumes.
I agree. If you're out there, let's hear it. Oh, I got the volume on the back. I'm echoing all over the place. I got my volume on my background computer. Kill that.
I'm like used to it with TikTok. All the like music sound bites, they all sound like they're supposed to be like all digitally like weird.
It's amazing because all this technology and all these fixes that people have given me, there's still that moments of echo. These great microphones still fail out.
Is it real?
Ethernet fails out, you know what I mean? But like we always say, life happens. Especially when you go live, you just never know what you're going to get. Yo 2.0 is the Wednesday night program, and I know in the beginning I said, yeah, Mike, you're going to see a lot of different faces, a lot of different guest co-hosts, but in the most platonic way, in a professional way, I've grown to love doing it with Allie on Wednesday nights.
Aww.
Doing the show, you perverts.
Love being here.
We love having you. You've been awesome, especially due to the 31 days of Halloween. Like you said, Halloween's your baby.
Now we have to give disclaimers for all the pervert people out there. I do it whenever I say anything to my friends, like I have to give a disclaimer afterwards because they all give me that look like, should we say it or should we let it pass? They never let it pass.
But as everybody knows by now, and everybody has said in the past, like, yeah, the Yo Show is like the Hot Babe Show. He's changed the name to the Hot Babe Show. I mean, between like the guest co-hosts, a lot of our guests, but there's also a lot of great dudes that come on the program. It's not just all about hot women. Doesn't hurt. Bryce Harper.
Girls.
So we were in costume last night. Allie, if you didn't catch it, I came as Bryce Harper. Jewel came as She-Hulk. Lydia Manson was our special guest.
I could have guessed that you would have come as Harper.
Yeah, no big surprise there. Jewel did a pretty cool She-Hulk job. Lydia Manson was Scarlet Witch. So we had a great time last night. And I love Halloween season as well. I love dressing up. A little bit later, we're going to show you a little montage I made of some of Allie's faces that she has led up through the season. Yes, that's right. I made little pictorials. Tonight we got a really cool special guest. She is the host of a podcast that she created, the Metal Honeys podcast. She's an awesome fan of metal music. She's also part of the staff for the great group Sepsiss, who I love, and we've grown to love each other through social media, see them live in concert and all that. And, like I said, 2.0, we do a little different, a little more laid back. So I thought it was perfect for tonight's guest.
I kind of stalked her YouTubes a little bit, and she's a lot of fun.
She is a lot of fun. I kind of stalk her too in a totally different way. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Lexi. The amazing Miss Lexi Swarm will be with us around 8:30 tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the Metal Honeys podcast, which is something she
I
takes
love
great
the
pride in.
name.
So do I.
love it.
And I'm going to tell you, Allie, you're probably going to get along with her really well because she loves her metal music. She's very passionate about it. She also does the merchandising.
I
Boots,
felt that
sports
she
boots.
could handle the purge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Why I took it there tonight. Not everybody can handle the purge. I was actually going to add blood, and I was like, you know what? I've been goring it up lately.
I like it. Goring it up. Perverts. I'm sorry. I'm really on standby tonight just to make sure.
Oh my gosh, speaking of which, I ordered this shirt. You know how they always show the front of girls' shirts and they say something clever?
Yeah.
Well, there was one that said horror, so of course I'm gonna order it because it was like a tube top and it said horror. I get it. I didn't read the back, nor did I slide over. A wild guess. Horror whore.
Horror.
Yep.
I love it.
Have to wear something with it. Can't have that walking around the house since
Well-
my son can read.
Of course. One of our good friends is back in the house checking us out. Nachus, all the way from South America. Allie, I don't know if you've ever seen Nachus on the program. He is South American. And he found us on Twitch, and he comes on all the time and watches us. So for you, dude, I do have beer in the house tonight. Triforce IPA, one for my man Nachus.
That looks like a piece of artwork, that one.
It is. The can's kind of neat. It looks a little like a low-budget Bob Ross kind of.
It does, and my friend loves
does.
Bob Ross.
I was Bob Ross on the show last year, which I loved
Were
doing.
you?
It was very simple. I had the wig, and I had the beard covered a little bit, and I had a painting thing and a paint brush in the background, and it is so good, Nachus. He's not quite old enough to drink yet. We're trying to get him to North American and have some drinks with me and Joel sometime.
Well, I
Sure.
drink vodka. Just because I don't drink beer. I don't drink beer, but I drink vodka.
You don't have to drink beer. I do because I'm a beer junkie. But the vodka teas I like also. I've gotten into them a little bit. So
I like vodka and Rockstar, Rocks Fuel, or whatever they have
Royce
at the bar.
how do you mix that? Like I used to drink Red Bull and vodkas, like the bombs, like all the time.
Well, I drink the energy drinks anyway, so it's kind of just adding vodka.
Plus, anyway, the difference is, if you ever seen Allie in action, you know her heart rate's got to be like 3 times the size of mine because she's just so hyperactive, which is super cool. But I would
I
drink
have
the
been
bombs.
so crazy. My life is so hectic right now. It's just been insane. And doing the makeup, I've been wearing this all day long. Like, I keep having people message me. They're like, did I see you? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, probably. Was I in makeup? Did I have orange and purple hair? Like,
See, why don't I get to see that stuff when I go out to the market? I see these plain Jane looking people. I would love to see that in the supermarket.
at the
probably-
supermarket, they love it. Love it. I make their whole day.
I would probably chase you around. I'd have to say something because I love people that are just out there, just aren't afraid to be out there. So it's super cool.
Either have the people. Actually, this year I had one guy that I think I scared. I really like. Even Jackson's like, "Mom, you really scared that guy." I had regular clothes on. I was running into Wawa. I had ordered my hoagie, and you know how you get in the zone when you're ordering your hoagie, especially
yeah. Yeah.
kid with you and they're hungry. So I'm like in the zone ordering my hoagie. I look up from the kiosk and this guy jumped like a foot in the air. I felt so bad. At first I thought, oh, he was being dramatic, but he wouldn't come near me. He went back near the pretzels and you didn't see him again. And Jax
But
is like, you really scared him. Like, he was scared.
the thing is, like, to not know you. Like, if I went to a store even close to Halloween, I seen you like that, I would be a little intimidated by it. It's a little off. It's freaking cool. I know it from knowing you, knowing how you do it on the show, knowing how you do it this time of the year. But if I didn't know you and I see you like this one, like some of them I understand, like, all right,
Best is when I do the Grinch because that a lot goes into the Grinch to get it like that bright and everything. So I'll keep it on for the day. And people are like so confused. They're either like they like know the Grinch and they're all about the Grinch, or they're looking at me like, why is this girl in like green fuzzy things with her face painted? Like, I don't know. You either
it's
get it or you don't. I mean, I'm
right,
holding my little Christmas ball like this with my gloves. I mean, haven't you seen the movie?
right.
What's wrong
It's
with you
gotta be a
people?
scene. Nah, people get closed-minded at times. It
This year's
happens.
been good. This
It's
year's been
okay.
really good. I mean, I have a couple people that steer clear of me, but power to them. They're not saying anything to me. They're letting me go. My whole thing is if someone's not bothering anybody and they're just being their own weird self, let them go.
Right.
Like, why do we have to mess with them? Like,
Exactly. Especially the weird ones. Especially. And like you have done a great job. And I was gonna wait till later. I'm gonna throw some of these up. And some of the pics are duplicated, but look at some of the amazing work. A lot of these courtesy of Allie's Facebook. And they're all so amazing. And I just get into all of them. And I'm looking at all the pictures like last night and tonight. So, like I said, I told her I put a little montage up. There's a second montage. I love the devil ones, and they're just all so
the
great.
devil is what I scared the guy with.
I believe that. That is
That
haunting.
devil is what got the guy. Like, he was very confused.
But like you do it all yourself. You've
Yeah.
made a life out of it. Like you said, you're booked for Halloween. What's the feeling like when you get it all on and you do intimidate a person or you shock a person? How satisfying is the feeling knowing that your great work looks that good that it freaks people out?
I think it's cool. I mean, I love doing it. So of course, I love the reaction of other people loving what I do.
Sure.
I mean, I just love Halloween in general. I mean, Halloween's just my time of year and I just rock out.
It's amazing to me, and I don't know why. It seems more, just in looking at people's Facebooks and social media, it's much more a female holiday. When you say women get more into it than men,
There's probably a lot of men out there that are like, dude. I guess it depends. I mean, I think the kids are kind of bringing it back, like the teenagers. And I mean, I think when a lot of the couples, they do the couples outfits and the girl kind of runs the show and the guy ends up like looking
yeah.
amazing.
I
Yes,
usually
it
do.
is.
Yeah, I usually do pretty
That's
good on my
cool.
own, and my wife's always like, "How come we never do couples costumes?" I'm just not that dude. I love dressing up,
You were
like
never the plug in the outlet.
no, yes, but not for Halloween. But
That was for all the perverts.
that was yeah,
he
that one.
he meant what he meant.
For the perverts out there who like to pick on the innocent things, that was the right moment right there. That's when you jump in.
Picking on weirdos, and we're all for the perverts. On here on the Yo Show.
I got one. Thanks, JD. Thanks for having my back. That's great stuff. I mean, we always innuendo things, and it's funny. Like sometimes I catch Jewel with it, and afterwards she's like, "Dude, I know what you meant." Sometimes she just leads in unknowingly, and I, come back at it. And then my wife's like, "Dude, don't." I'm like, "But it's good because her straightness just cracks me up about it."
My dad prepared me for life because my dad is the kind of guy that he picks on me for everything. Like he looks at me as like he knows I'm his daughter, but like he kind of looks at me like his son too. Like he picks on me constantly. So I have a very tough skin because of my dad.
That's a
Like,
good thing.
whenever he sees me with my makeup, he kind of has the same dad joke. It's like every day. It's kind of getting old at this point. I told him he kind of needs a new one. But every day he's like, if I do half a face, he's like, oh, that side's really scary. Of course, it's the side that's not done. I'm like, Dad, you've said that like for like 20 days now.
Out of the 31. 20 out of the 31. But it is awesome. Like the work you do is amazing. And I know, like I said, Jewel last night got the She-Hulk stuff. She's like, oh, it took forever. And I thought I had bought good makeup. And she wasn't really satisfied with it. But
It really is about the makeup. I mean, I've learned to work with basically anything.
yeah.
I mean, I can, for the most part, I can do my whole face with a eyeshadow palette.
Wow.
I mean, and just like stuff around the house. I mean, half the time it's literally stuff that I've like hoarded with like intentions of using it for something, but I never know what to use it for. I mean, the fact that I had all three like Hocus Pocus outfits just laying around, like literally had nothing the day before, and those were all put together out of just things I had.
Any tips is good because, like I said, in the past, I've used makeup and you use that pasty stuff that comes from like Halloween Adventure that takes like a week to get off your face and like a week later it's still in your ears and stuff. Anything like good that people can find easily without going through all the cosmetology stuff?
I've found when you're doing it, like if something is, I'm trying to think, like Mickey Mouse, like most people, they go so hard making the white and putting it on there. And I kind of do it a different way. I do the outline of the face or whatever I'm doing, and then I go back and add the color to the middle.
Oh, okay.
Like if I have to go back and fix some stuff up that I went over a little bit, but I almost do it backwards. And for the simple fact that I mean, instead of having so much on your face, because it's not really good for your skin either. And I
Yeah.
mean, I'm keeping it on all day. I try to make it more like shadowed of the color that I want instead of just painting.
Yeah. Like Jules said last night about a base and I guess like a powder to kind of cling it and not have it attack your skin. Do you go that route or?
That can work for you or against you. I mean, yeah, I usually use primer when I'm doing Halloween, especially if I'm working with fake blood, because
Yeah.
honestly, if you don't use something, it's going to be really hard to get off.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know.
night I did Ninja Turtles and I had already used it, and I'm sitting there thinking, damn, I just used lipstick to do the pepperonis. That is
Wow.
not going to come off very easily.
Ha,
It did. Thank goodness it did. And thanks to Kevin, I just want to throw it out there, pervert. I just want to throw it out there. Thank you, Kevin, for helping me out. My pepperonis would just look like red dots. And he's like, that doesn't really look like a pepperoni. You need to step up your game. So I added like the little mix in there. Yeah.
wow. So males are smack talking your makeup. Damn.
Kevin, if I can't like take the photo or I can't do something, he's usually here. He's like my right hand man that helps me with it.
I got you.
Last year, my neighbors probably think I'm the craziest out of all. Last
No.
year, I did Swamp Thing, and I have a pond near my house. And Kevin and I went out there, and I was like, "You got to make it look like I'm coming out of the pond." We did like 50 takes of like all different videos of me like crawling out of the pond area, and my neighbors are all outside like looking at me. I've got the full Swamp Thing. It was that one was intense.
Is it on TikTok?
Yes, they are.
Is it? I gotta search it now. That I've got to see. I absolutely got to see it because I know, like, as much as
They're
you're
so
into it.
comical. I can't go past them and not laugh. Like somebody will ask me like for a video. Like the other day, I lost my red wig, so I had to go back and see when the last time I wore it was.
Yeah.
But every time I pass it, I just laugh. It's just one of those. I have a couple of them that are just so stupid that they just make me laugh.
It's got to be good. I got to check it out. Especially like, say, crawling out of the swamp. I can't see you doing it. Not that you're girly, but I just can't see you crawling out of the swamp like that.
Oh yeah, we took the gate down for a minute and the whole 9 yards, and it's got me like, I mean, like I got
Dredging.
into character, and I'm in like this short dress, this bright neon short dress, just crawling out of like, oh, it was comical.
I know what I'm doing into the show. I'm going to search and find it. I have to. So, I realize you're not the biggest sports fan, but of course our Phillies are in the World Series.
Sixers, I am for the Sixers. I love the Sixers, and
They got a good win the other night.
I am a sports fan. I lost touch a little bit.
And like the question I was going to raise, especially being a mom, is tough too. Monday night, of course, Halloween, there's a game on. Now, I can't really ask you because we know your answer about Halloween. We also know your answer about parenting.
I am one step ahead of you with that. I didn't realize that it was going to fall on Halloween. When I saw that in the itinerary, I went out and set up my TiVo. I'm going to TiVo the game. Well, not TiVo, but the DVR. I call it TiVo, and everyone's like, that's so old. I know TiVo probably doesn't exist. I'm not TiVoing anything. Yeah, it's a DVR through Comcast. But anyway, I set it up so that it is going to tape it while we go out trick-or-treating.
Which means absolutely have to avoid any kind of social media, any kind of anything. Because, you know, people, I'm people, blow up like every pitch on social media.
I am really being crazy this year, and I've already had a long talk with Jackson because of it crossing social media about the drugs and the candy and all of that nonsense. I made a deal with Jackson that I will buy him a bag of whatever candy he wants, and I will match whatever candy he gets off the street. We're calling that street candy.
Street candy.
Street candy's going to go in a bag, and Mom's going to trade it out for. And I promised him a couple of the Twix bars would be a little bigger than what he's trading.
There you go. Mom checks it out, sees a little hidden mushroom in there. And not bad.
I'm such a freak. I've read too many stories about things on Facebook.
Not that I want to be a my day thing, but back in my day, it was the razor blades. And I'm like, nowadays it's like laced with drugs. We didn't have that cool shit. We have razor blades.
Didn't we have clowns a couple years ago?
Remember that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That kind of disappeared. Remember they were walking the streets. As much as I kept saying like, oh, I want to see one, I didn't want to see one.
Dennis just texting. He's like, TiVo's still a thing.
TiVo is still a thing, Grandma.
Is it worth a lot of money, like all the antiques? Is it worth like my vacuum?
I don't know. Right, clowns on the corner. They were standing on the corner of the streets, walking the streets aimlessly, like terrifying shit.
He keeps asking me, how do they write into the show? Like, how do you tell them? How should they message you?
If they want, they can message our Facebook page, which is the Stoop Radio Network. Let me see if I got a base that's not a scroll so they can get it. Or they can check out the website. This is what happens when you try to scroll everything.
It's like I kept trying to write on the YouTube thing and it wasn't doing it.
Oh, well, there should be, when you watch us on YouTube, there should be a little chat thing that you can get into. I think it just says open chat or something and just drop comments. Because some people are like, I left the comment, say it. Facebook, for some unknown reason, the comments become harder to see. Like they used to all blow up. Now they really don't. Facebook's gotten weird with the way this thing runs, but
My
From
friend
leaving.
John's like, I just hit him from a couple different angles and just waited for a response. There you go.
And that's a good thing too. Listen, I've had people come on and random YouTubers that don't really know me and start saying nasty shit. You just block them. That's all. We don't
I'm
do
trying to
nasty
wait
stuff.
till Lexi comes on to start drinking my Rockstar because it's going to mess up my mouth.
I got.
Infections are everything.
Wait for it. JD, I'm using that all night, dude. It's the same pervert comment from earlier, but I'm using it every time Allie says something.
I thought he kept writing it. I was
No,
like,
no,
wow, he's really on top of it.
I'm just using it at every shot. Anytime one of us says something a little bit borderline, it's going to get.
Oh, I'm going to say a lot.
I'm sure you are. And I
It's
appreciate that. He's got all the. See, JD is great with Twitch. He gets all the Twitch.
What are those? Are those little houses or what's going on
Looks
there?
like little horror chicks of some sort. Like the first two are the band Sepsiss. That's their star. So it's like it's emotes as they're
I'm
called.
so bad with emojis. Like I send people emojis and they like the kids are like, yeah, they're not. No, I thought I thought they were in Fortnite. I thought they were like the little dances. I thought they were called emotes. These are
So
emojis.
they're
right?
supposed to be Melissa from Sepsiss. That's very cool. Really cool. And I know the third one says raid, and like you could raid somebody's Twitch, and they did it to us before Sepsiss when we were first on Twitch. And all these comments started coming. Jules like, "What the hell's happening?" I'm like, "I don't know. I think we're being like hacked." And then we got, "No, you're being raided." And what they do is they get their people together, they raid you, and everybody comes in, watches you, drops a comment, emoji, etc. It's very cool, and it's really a great way to get to learn new people, network with people, etc. So now I'm a little more on the alert because at first I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm trying to block them all, and they all just keep coming.
Like what they did with the stock market with GameStop. Basically, they go in and they like, if they like it, they hike it.
Well, yeah, well, sure. That was absolutely a thing, and that was hot for a while, where they would just jack them up, and there got to be this little cult of people who knew when it was going to happen before it happened, and they were buying up, making big money. I don't know. I'm not savvy enough.
You want to hear something fun?
You know I do.
Free stock of GameStop from one of my friends joining Robinhood or one of the things that I was
Yeah.
on. And I actually was part of that fun raise. I mean, it was only one share, but yeah, I got to be part of that, which is kind of cool.
That was pretty cool. I
don't know if I would have bought it on my own, but it was pretty cool to be part of that. I really want to take part in Roblox because my son plays it all the time.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. So Lexi should be with us shortly. Just checking a message that she dropped that she's going to be logging in, which is terrific. Very excited to talk to her. I love her. I love the band. I got to see them here in Pennsylvania a couple months back. I spent the weekend up at Mechanicsville, and they played a brewery up there. They're just awesome people. They're great to their fans. Super cool band. Great people. That's Lexi.
That means everything. Oh my! The way you treat your fans, that's just everything to me.
And they are like, they're pretty much like the good style of rock star about it because they are very sociable with their fans. Again, my little montage. That's Melissa on the left. That's Will on the right. Cam, Mr. Goodbars, and like you got to meet them. They just talk to you and all like regular people, even though they're the lead act performing, but they're chill. They like to get in touch with their people, and I think it's super cool. And when I found them, I find a lot of the bands because Facebook keeps sending me bands because I obviously with the show. So they got that vibe and I found them like, oh, these guys look really cool. They had a great following. The music was awesome. So I'm like, all right, let's give it a shot. Let's send out the email. They responded pretty quickly. But you never know how great they're going to be until you get them on the show.
Yeah.
And then what happens after the show. And the fact that we kept communicating and sharing and just praising each other. And it's really what it's all about. I mean, we're all independents for the most part. So support your independence. Support me.
Oh, I have to go on. You have to remind me to go on and check to see if they ever did the duet with Black Bear.
Oh yeah. We'll have to check it.
Because I kept my end of the bargain. If you go on there, I did my TikTok to their song.
Yeah. Well,
Talked it out.
you sing? I've never seen you sing yet. Or heard
No,
you sing.
I can't sing. You might hear me rap, maybe, but
Mm.
no, I can't
Do
sing.
I?
I mess up a vocal cord, so I mean that's why my voice is like deeper. Yeah, I can't sing. No.
I can entertain. Like when it comes to karaoke,
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Santeria by Sublime.
Wow. Okay.
I
Go
do
big or
a
go
decent job with it. And again, it doesn't take great vocal range. You got to have a little something, but you don't really have to go nuts. Like Sublime stuff is good. Again, not a lot of range, so
Guess what mine is?
let me see.
We're going old school.
Old school. Are we rapping or are we singing?
I'll give you that. It's rapping.
It's rapping. Gangster's Paradise?
No, but that's a really good choice. No, I have like a go-to song that I can sing drunk, I can sing sober, I can sing
I can sing everything drunk. At least I think I can.
No, Nina Sky, she has a song that we tried to do once in karaoke, and it's got so many words. Move Your Body by Nina
Okay.
Sky. Oh my gosh. Never do that karaoke. It's got so many more words. Like it doesn't seem like it has that many words. We got hit, and it was a lot.
Wow.
You want to say hi? Hi, everybody.
Hi, it's 60 time. My dogs are going crazy upstairs too. And speaking of time, it is time for our very special guest. She is the host, of course, of the Metal Honeys podcast.
I know it's exciting, Six.
And she is the merchandise goddess for the band Sepsiss, of course, part of their team, and one of my absolute favorite human beings. I know my wife is in the car right now, so she probably doesn't hear me say this, but I have this massive crush on our guest tonight, the absolutely lovely and super cool Miss Lexi Swarm. Lexi!
Hi.
How are you? Thanks for coming aboard. Look at your setup. Now, that's a great gaming chair. You look so professional and well set up. I've got Funko Pops. and this horrible microphone. Well, in a sense. So Wednesday nights, Allie's been joining me a lot lately, and I definitely told Allie that when Lexi comes on, you got to be here because we're all fans of metal and hard rock music. And I've seen you at the shows, and Allie, you got to see her at the show. You see her, you meet her, you talk, nice. Next thing you know,
I've stalked some of your shows, so I know a little bit.
Wait, you stalked us?
I stalked your pages. I stalked all of you.
I'm so glad I'm not the only person that stalks people.
no, but like
Definitely did.
we get prepared like a couple weeks in advance. I tell Allie who's coming on, give her a list. So
Like I know that you play Halo. I know that you're a big Halo player.
I don't play as much as the others, but I have played a game or two.
Okay.
I'm really bad.
So my son plays all the time. And when I was going through your stuff, I was like, oh, I think she plays Halo. And he's like, you've got to talk about that.
Yeah.
That's big. I'm like, okay.
Right now on they're streaming on Twitch Halo with our gaming community, Immaculate Connection Gaming. They're streaming the Halo right now.
Oh,
check it out.
There we go.
That's another thing I love about your band because you guys get incorporated with your fans through gaming. Melissa was doing the Monday Night Monopoly thing, which is awesome. And your Twitch is kind of like an open book for all your fans to see. And I love that about you and the band.
Thank you. Yeah, they're actually like they're starting to get me a little bit more into Halo. So they're trying to like show me because I'm a huge space nerd. I love
JD
space.
says hi.
Hi.
And JD says hi. Hans Smith in the house joining us, the Sepsiss family. We love them. You guys got a great following. But going back about your gaming, I don't want to cut you off. We talk a lot here if you haven't noticed.
Me too. Like I can talk your ear off. But so they're actually trying to like get me into playing Halo more. So they're teaching me like different things, and like I said before, I'm a huge space nerd. So when I saw that there's a lovely aircraft called the Wasp, I'm like, I have a need to play. I have a need to learn how to use that spacecraft because that is so cool, and you get to go to different planets. So like, definitely becoming a Halo nerd as well.
We are getting the raid, Lexi. The band is coming on raiding. Sepsiss in the house. JD, of course, part of the raid. Video Gothic, Smile in the Dark. Thank everybody for popping in. We love it. The raid stuff is so freaking cool. And like I said, the base and the fan base is so awesome because you guys are great. And when you did the show in Mechanicsburg, I said Mechanicsburg. And obviously, I had an agenda. The first thing was find Lexi, buy merchandise. And the second, of course, would be to meet the band. So I ran on the merchandise table. And Allie, what happens was I said, I need an extra large. She's like, I have one left. It's almost like it was meant to be. So it was super cool. There was one left. And like I said, the whole weekend was so great getting to see you guys and meeting you because you're from Michigan. So coming down this way is awesome. I did want to ask you, because you do a lot of travel with the band, what are some of your favorite cities and some of the best people that you've seen while you're out there?
Wow, there's so many.
Good question.
Wow.
Thank you.
I was not, wow. Okay. I'd say so far, I'd have like a top 3.
Okay.
One is Atlantic City.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
That was the first time I myself I've ever driven outside of my region. Like
Okay.
So to me, that was a huge thing, like a huge journey for me personally.
And you picked New Jersey as your first place to drive outside your realm. Oh my God.
Down in the tri-state area. So it was so much
Girl,
fun.
I don't like driving like out of my comfort zone.
Really? Honestly, I was a little nervous myself because I've never driven like through New York City. That to me was a huge driving anxiety. I do have driving anxiety, but when I got past that milestone of driving through New York City, I was like, let's go to Atlantic City. We're going to tear it down. Rock.
Now that was the 420 festival, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of 420, I watched a very fun video of you and your friend with special brownies.
You saw it? Oh. Yeah, that was fun.
It's easy to be a fan of you. I got to say, you're very warming and welcoming.
Do you just come up with your things on the spot, like you playing that game? Did you guys just decide to eat brownies and be like, oh, we'll play the game, or was that kind of more set up? Little curious.
It was kind of like a mutual like idea or creation. So we were presented with these lovely treats, and I was like, let's take a video of me and you trying these out. Like, let's see if they're really like what the people said it was gonna be. And then we were like, oh, we should play a game. And me and Melissa, we were going through like different games they could play, and we were like, let's pull like random questions out of a hat and answer them while we're
so fun.
having some fun.
You guys are definitely creative with your stuff, and that's why. And I don't know why I selfishly left my banner up there. I could put Lexi's banner up there so I knows where to find her, because you guys are so much fun, and you and Sepsiss, you do such great Twitch stuff and on the spot stuff. It's actually great. Talk to us a little bit about the Metal Honeys podcast, because I'm so happy for you with this, because I always thought it was something that you're passionate about. And I've watched a couple of your episodes. They're great. The one you did on Spotify a little while back, and you talked about how Spotify is going to become like social media. Tell us how you got started, though, with the Metal Honeys podcast and a little bit of what it's about.
So I always loved broadcasting. I've always I'm sorry.
I'm not here if that's for me.
So I've always loved broadcasting. I've always enjoyed the morning radio, and I love to talk. I love to tell stories. I will talk your ear off. We can talk about anything. And I also really love to make people laugh. And mix all of this together, as well as being like a metal chick around a bunch of metal bands and being in the local scene and seeing how things are in the music industry. Even though I'm just a merch girl, I still observe a little bit of what's going on.
Sure.
And as I started working with the band more and having more experience in how the metal scene is, I started to like want to talk about bands. That ended up being like a big topic for me. So me and William, we would sometimes have, a conversation about bands. We'll just talk about bands for like a whole hour would go by. And we would just be talking about metal and bands and what's going on in the local scene, what Loudwire is talking about. And we'll just go through the news and we'll just talk about like metal and mash all of that together in a bowl. And a year ago, wow, it's been a year. Wow, okay.
Wow. Jesus.
About a year ago, they William and Bars, Mystica Bars, they were like, you really like to talk about bands. You just can't shut up about talk. You just can't. So, and you really like broadcasting. Let's put you on a podcast. What do you think about a podcast? And I was like, okay. We're going through a bunch of names, and I was like, well, my name is Lexi Swarm, so I kind of wanted to like fit in with Swarm and the
It's very fun.
It is
So
super cool.
they were, yeah. So and they were like, what about the Metal Honeys podcast? And I was like, Metal Honeys, this is perfect. And from there,
It's such a great name.
thank you.
It's
I
perfect.
never put it together. Honeys, bees, swarm. Wow, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
We're
I'll
wild.
go back to this. I had one job also. Didn't even. Jesus Christ. But,
And
yeah, because Allie was mentioning before how much she loves the name. It is a great name. It's perfect,
Ooh.
really.
Thank you so much. And from doing a couple episodes, my little group of my little fans of the Metal Honeys, they're my Metal Honeys.
Yeah.
And anyone could be a Metal Honey. Anybody. And what the Metal Honeys is about, it's a once a month podcast where we talk about what's going on in the music industry, discovery, how to support musicians in a world where everything's going online, ways that you can support in your own communities, not just who I necessarily work with, but even in their own, promoting bands to find fans and fans to find bands, because for so long there's been this middle barrier. And I want to teach the Metal Honeys there really is no barrier. There's a way you can do it now online, and I'm willing to teach them how to do it. That way
Amazing.
we can all do it together. I'm wearing the shirt. There's 10 commandments, and that's the 10 commandments on the hard rock and heavy metal reset. Is also a little bit about what we talk about. That's what the music industry, that's our little music industry segment, is what's going on in metal, what's going on with the reset. And it's the hard rock metal reset isn't a group necessarily. So I know some people have asked me in the past, like, what is this reset? How is that in with Metal Honeys? And that's basically what what's going on in the music industry, and how to teach people how to discover, teach and educate how to support one another and bring the metal community together again, and help each other and be like, hey, do you know this band? They're from down the street. There's Sunrise on the Sunset. You should check them out. Something as simple as that. And it's also a way to promote how to see value in artists and
Yeah.
local businesses and having them get their shine too, because there's little gems in these local businesses, not just
Yes.
music. There's little gems. If you go down the knickknack store down the street, you might find a beautiful piece of jewelry to go gift someone for Christmas. And if you never took that step, maybe you saw it online, you saw an advertisement. It's something just as simple as going and experiencing, getting off of the phone and going and experiencing that.
She's so fun to watch. Like even
Right?
like her like animated. Like I just love it.
Thank
I like
you.
get mesmerized. Usually I'm like blah 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 blah, blah like cutting everybody off. I'm like, oh.
I'm sorry. And if I ramble, I'm really sorry. It's just because I'm really
No.
excited to talk about the Metal Honeys podcast with other people that are
Right.
into
The energy.
podcasts. Like, it's just really fun.
Absolutely love the energy.
Certainly, and that's like I said, like Tuesday nights I do with Jewel, and Jewel is more of a subdued with great energy, and then Wednesday nights is Allie, who's like over the top with raw energy, and I love it because everybody's energetic, and I knew you would be great too as well. And I I do an outline of questions. I want to throw the questions out the window because it's want to kind of free form, but that's what we do here. That's what we do here on this show. Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, we find independents. We find musicians who are trying to make their name or locals that are trying to get somewhere. And we used to do a segment where we had local business people just come on and talk about their business. Like, hey, I got a lead off your show, even if it's one lead. So that's what it's all about. Like items like this, people that have a passion for the hardworking people. I am madly in love with everybody at Sepsiss. I think they're phenomenal. They are the most warming and welcoming and loving band. Allie, next time they're in town, you're coming. I told Jewel she's coming. I told my wife she's coming. You're all going to come meet this band because that weekend, I went by myself, but had the greatest freaking weekend, when I tell you.
I'm so glad you had such a good time.
Absolutely.
It was so fun.
Yeah, he speaks very highly of you guys. I can't wait.
No. Yeah, we'll definitely we'll headbang in the pit. You know, if I ever get a chance to step away, maybe we can actually like dance on the dance floor this time instead of dancing across the way. Me, you, Jeff. We could all just have a little like dance party while all the bands play. It'd be fun.
I do catch you get that little sneaker right.
I got that head banging going.
I saw her during that show sneak away a couple times, and you just see this girl in the back just going up and down. I look, I'm like, there's Lexi just rocking, like with all these like big dudes getting in, and there she is just going up and down, and the energy is great. Like I said, and the band is great, and it's worth it because I was knocking my home. That's how excited I'm getting, and I'm knocking shit out.
That was so like slow mo as you grabbed it. It was like you were almost that was cool.
Sense of if it was going to fall, my heart was sinking with you.
Thank you, because there's a few loose beer cans sitting here that would have went all over too, and it probably would have cut us off.
Oh my gosh, no.
I thought she'd be tar. That is an inside joke. That's from a movie, is it not? No.
I don't know.
We're cutting
I
it
think
out.
it's going to wreck my brain for the rest of the night until I figure out what movie it was. Oh, it's from Halo.
Okay. Who's that in the background there? You got a support team and all. I feel so alone.
I got you.
My wife's like, keep it down. Meanwhile, I got people in the back giving you the answers. God damn it.
But honestly, video makes a good point. So the reason why I jump up and down isn't just because I'm really digging the music. It's also because it's sometimes how I see. So sometimes like there'll be like some tall people, and I'm like,
How are you?
How tall am I? I'm 5 feet.
I'm 5'3", and everybody tells me that I'm short, so I can't even imagine being 5 foot. Like you probably get it all the time. Do you wear really high shoes? Because I try to like make up for my shortness by wearing really high shoes whenever I can.
I have before. They're difficult to walk in after a while, especially with me always being on my feet all the time. Like I never really like to sit. So I'm out, at a show or something. I don't really like to sit. I like to stand up, be with the people, I don't like to.
I'm all about the Killstar like wedgie sneakers that give you the height, but they're still like you're still walking at that same level. and they don't hurt your feet, I love them. They're like my concert shoes. Those are like Fila's, the disruptors, if I need the height. But that's funny because everybody keeps saying to me, they're like, you're so short. Like, we expect you to be a little taller, especially if you meet my dad first, because my dad's really tall. So anybody that meets my dad, they're like, you're his daughter? Yeah.
I got that growing up too. Like my dad's like 6'1" or something, and I'm over here, the short little thing, and they're like, how does this?
It makes me feel better.
Too. So like they just look at me like, really?
It makes me feel better because I'm only 5'7". I get to take great pictures like that, and I look very tall.
Oh my gosh!
I kept the pictures that I took with all you guys and made little montages here for the show. Of course, Melissa and Will, Mr. Goodbars, Cam.
I love that she looks different in literally every picture.
Yes, she was adorable that night. Everybody was just so great. It was I got that one. It was my hit me with the band name again. I always get it wrong.
Mantra of Morse.
Mantra of Morse. That's it. She was great too. She was fun to meet. Listen, it was such a great lineup too, and Nailbite, of course, was phenomenal. And just, I'm telling you, Allie, that's the kind of stuff I know you're into. We went to see Korn together. Allie and I. They were here. Who was the opening? Korn, and who else was on that bill? Evanescence, which was a phenomenal show. We're concert goers. I love going to concerts. My wife has gotten into concerts for me. She was never a metal fan. She's like, if you like going, I'm going to start going. So
that's awesome.
Very awesome.
Shout out to her.
Right?
We need more people like her in the world. She's awesome.
Yeah, she used to be more into rap, right?
Yeah, rap and like pop music.
R&B. Yeah.
Now she'll do anything. I made her a sports fan. I made her a concert goer. So, it's like, it's a good thing. And trust me, like the weekend that I went up to see you guys, she had some sort of family function, or she's like, maybe I'll cancel the family thing and go. I'm like, well, don't do that. Let me go up and meet everybody. And, next time around, of course, is there any inkling of a next time? Give us some inside scoop. When is Sepsiss making her way back our way? And if you don't know, I can always bug the band.
So honestly, I have no idea. I really don't. But my fingers are definitely crossed for next year. I don't know what they have.
What are some other things that you have coming up? Like, do you have anything on the East Coast in general? Because we have a lot of people that are from all over the place.
Yes. So the next show coming up is one of the biggest fests, independent music festival in New England, in my opinion, in the whole year. And that is Swarmy Fest.
I was just about to say.
Yes, November 5th, Swarmy Fest. You know,
get through this without bringing it up.
Yes, at Jewel Nightclub in Manchester, New Hampshire. It's going to be so much fun. We have a jam-packed bill. 2 co-headliners. We got Trawl from Maine. We got 16 by 20. And then also a really great lineup. We got Trading Tombstones in there. We got Dust Prophets. So excited to play with them. And then we also got Day to Attend also. So
will you be podcasting throughout, or?
Yeah, so I think we're going to be doing another live at the table for the Metal Honeys. So I think there's going to be another live at the table. So I will be live, and then I think someone else will be broadcasting, but I'm not exactly sure, so I don't want to give out the name yet because I'm not 100% if they will be or not.
And this is November 5th, right?
Yeah. November 5th.
Can we get your information so that we can post it on our sites for when you do the live broadcast?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Would you like a link?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. I'll write down to send you a link after the interview here. That way you have all of that.
And
No, I
I
love.
will go on all your social media and like you and follow you on everything. I only got to part of it, so just look out for that.
Okay,
We
I'll
can
follow
do
you
some
back.
fun duets on TikTok and do some fun stuff.
Yes. Oh, that'd be so much fun. Let's do that. I like your
I love.
thinking. You're
I
fun.
love how you're
Together.
conventional old school with the pen and paper. That's a Jewel
Oh,
thing too. Jewel does the pad and pen, and I'm always like, dude, put it on your phone, type it. She's like,
I
nope,
got it
got it
too.
right. You got handwritten notes too, but it must be a
It's a
female
girl.
thing.
It's a girl
Us
thing.
dudes are like, it's in my phone, bro.
I definitely got it from my mom. I definitely got it from my mom. My mom writes everything on lists.
what?
Yeah, at all times she's got like 10 lists.
Oh.
Like one for the grocery store, one for things she needs to do, one for things she needs to buy. Like she's always got a list.
Very organized. That's awesome. I love to write. Even though I'm starting to not be able to hold a pencil for very long, my hands cramp up.
Ah,
But I
sure.
love like to just write. Like I want to get away from the phone as much as I can.
I hear you.
I'm not a traditional Gen Zer. I like to be away from the phone.
I said when it came to seeing your show, and a lot of these big bands are like, put your phone away. You want to capture some pictures, some moments, if I may, real quickly. Like that was a great shot.
Yeah.
That with Melissa's hair, that was amazing. So you want to catch some shots, but for the most part, you want to enjoy the show. But I got my pictures with you and the band, and I got to take some candids. I didn't really film much because number one, I think I'm the worst filmer of anything for some unknown reason. Number two, you kind of want to enjoy it, and I think you got that same attitude. Do you think people are too involved in trying to film everything and not really taking in what's going on?
Yes. So my personal opinion, I'm not gonna try to be mean to anybody that does.
Allie.
This is my personal
Sometimes.
opinion. I understand that it's great for, let's say, like you're watching a band and you want to record it live. That way they can go back and maybe they can watch it and learn something, maybe try to do something better. So I understand that. But as a fan, as a lover of music, when I go to a show and the first thing I see when someone hops up on stage is that dang phone and they're going live. It's like you're basically taking away the live concert experience that you are experiencing. You're taking that away from the audience that's watching that live video.
Oh, well. A little bit.
Yeah,
In my personal opinion, I don't know. I don't know anything. It's just I know nothing. It's just in my personal opinion. It's like you're kind of like I understand it too. Like some people, like they don't live in that area. They don't live, let's say, in Oklahoma, where
I
you
did
are.
it really bad at core, and that's why I was putting my head down. Because I honestly, I hadn't drank in a really long time, and we all
You
went
had a
to
few that night. Yes, you did.
and my friend, everybody was getting me shots, and I was busy trying to win a racehorse that I did not win, and I didn't even hear anything about. Kind of bummed, but anyway, I had drank a little bit too much. So, in my defense, I wanted to remember every second of the concert. So, I did have my phone out the entire time and was trying to get as much of it recorded as possible.
No,
But I did
totally
not. I
understand.
did not go live though. I did do a couple TikToks with parts, but
Yeah, and I totally understand. Like you want to like capture the moment. I totally get that. You want to capture the moment. Maybe the band wants to use it. You're excited. You want to share your experience with people. I totally get it. But like for me personally, you're taking a video of it and someone's gonna watch it, and maybe that's someone that was planning on going to that show because now you're recording it. They're like, oh, we don't gotta go to that show. You're recording it right here. And even though the sound might be crazy because it's from a phone, it's giant speakers, still that person's gonna be like, okay, I don't really need to go there because you're playing it right here. And then that's why I don't like it.
I'm gonna think twice before I ever post anything live.
You're gonna remember this forever.
I mean, that goes back to like,
No
I
more.
understand that you want to share. Like, I get it. You want to share your experience. You want to take a picture. You want to take a little clip and share it. I totally get it. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm like, if you're taking like a live video, a full video live, the whole thing, and you're like giving that to people where they could have went to the show or go to a next show or something, you know?
Yeah, that does take away from the band.
Yeah.
I don't like doing it because I tend to sing, and hearing myself sing over my own video is like, no, you've ruined it. And your friends are listening, they're all like, dude, like the next day,
You
like,
have a weird person in there that's like doing something weird with their hand, and it's like in the side of your video.
yeah. So it also doesn't make for the best theater when you're in the moment. Oh my God.
That's
So
actually happened a couple of times. So sometimes on Twitch it'll be on, and you can like sometimes if I know the words, I forget that it's on, so they'll hear me. So during like the live table that I did, there's a couple of songs where I was singing the song and they could hear it, and I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
So this is not a bad comment. So cell phone videos, record a song or two, watch a couple, ask the band to review the material, give them an opportunity to help support you, and maybe, get friends and make more friends with the bands and take a few pictures. I love to do. Like I said, I took those pics, which I loved, and I thought it was great. But I understand getting in a moment too, and for me, I also like to show off. Like, look where I'm at, everybody. It's right, suckers. I'm at a concert.
Yeah.
Now, do you have like a special like go-to face that you do? My grandmother says that I stick my tongue out too much. Like it's just like habit when I'm in the moment. I'm like, but
I squinch.
Because I like that. I use that picture, like, without even asking. I kind of threw that one out there because I love that one.
Because you don't know what to expect. Like I
Right.
saw videos where she was on the calmer side, and then I see that, and I'm like, she is eating special brownies though. Like, we'll see where this goes.
Yeah, I'm a little, yeah.
But that's
Here.
right. You're in the right house here because we're all a little, and that's the beauty of the show. And like I said, when I was like, it's like a magnetic force that drew me to your band and you guys because I just started to see what you guys were all about and love the music. And trust me, it is a geek thing when you send out an email to anybody and say, "Hey, how about it?" And they're like, "Sure." You're like, "Ah." So when Melissa said, "Yeah, me and Cam," and I'm like, "Oh my God!" And even like reaching out to you, I'm like, "Lexi, how about?" I'm like, I'm like all nervous, like, "Lexi, do my show," and you're like, "I'd love to." I'm like, "Ah," I get geeked.
Well, you don't ever have to feel nervous. I'm always here if you ever want to do an interview or talk like how we are right now. If you ever want me to come on as a guest on the podcast, I'm open arms. I love to talk. You guys are fun to talk to. Like it's like I'm on the show with one of the shows that I've looked up to for the last year, and I'm just like, whoa, this is crazy. Like I'm on the show. Like, this is wild. So thank you.
He just smiled so big. That was like the same smile that probably came out of him when the Phillies just won. Like,
Yeah, it's
Oh, thank you.
this whole night. Are you blushing, or is that the red from your hat coming down a little
who
bit?
me? I always blush on this show, you king. I definitely do. I'm a little red. I'm a lot of red. I ain't gonna try and lie, man. I am. And it's funny because, like, and I know you guys talk about it a lot. And to get serious for maybe a half a second, female fronted band where people are like, oh, they're starting to make it like an actual genre. It's really not. And we have a lot of female fronted bands on here because I want people to see that women kick ass in metal music. Excuse me, guys. Got a lot of male friends. Almost better than men now because women really have got the passion. And like I said, like that picture of Melissa, like the hair is flying around. And it's, to me, it's not a genre. It's just, I say female fronted because it's just a little different than the typical, here's a bunch of dudes. When you're around the band, do they talk about it a lot? Is it weird that like people use that slang or that term? Or it's just like, okay, is that, if that's the way you want to look at it?
Yeah, it is kind of I mean, I don't mind what anyone calls anything, to be honest. It doesn't really bother me female fronted because literally there's a female in front of
Right.
bands. So like to me, like it makes sense. Like it's not like, oh, female fronted, like that shouldn't be like a genre, it shouldn't be like a thing. Well, it's like there's a female in front. Like it makes
Sure.
to me in my brain, I don't know about anyone else's brain, I can only speak for myself. But to me, it makes sense. And I don't mind it. And it's also empowering women to like, oh, female fronted. I'm female. Let's be female fronted together.
Right.
You know, it's another way to empower women to work
I love
together.
that they're doing so much with the metal on TikTok and like social media.
Mhm.
Like that girl that wrote that song about Victoria's Secret. They just did the metal version of it. Love it.
I need to watch that.
I think
Yeah,
we
I
have
get
a
you.
video. You do it. I'll duet you.
She
We
will
got that.
too. I'm going to tell you, if you're ever like Lexi, if you're ever in a jam for maybe a co-host or somebody to do something with, Allie is open to everything. I asked her a couple of years back to do guest spots in case Jewel didn't make it, and we didn't really make the connection. We met that night at the Corn Show. We hung out, and the next day she's like, "So anyway, about that spot on the show, yeah, I'm in." And as you see with the makeup and the costumes, I don't know if you've seen it before we did the show. She does all these great makeup. She's worn all this on the show for the 31 days of Halloween. She is creative and artistic, and the two of you together are just amazing. You're high energy. I love it. Like, this is the reason I do this shit. I love it.
I was going to do one of my favorite movies is Empire Records. I don't know if you've ever seen that. One of my favorite, and I just heard that Guar, it's so random, is coming to town. So me being a cosplayer, I got the outfit that she's wearing on the cover of Empire Records. So that was gonna be tonight, but then I was like, I've got to do some makeup because I'm going on the show. But that might be tomorrow. You guys might see Liv Tyler coming out with the fishnets and the blue sweater.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Come down.
definitely needing to follow you on all of your socials so I can see that ensemble because that sounds really beautiful.
And this is, again, this is the magic and the beauty of doing these kind of programs. Like, Jules become a fan, and we've become a fan of all these people. And like I said, now Allie gets into it. And I pride myself, I want to say, on linking myself with fun people, outgoing people, people that are in the spirit of everybody that comes on the show. We download all their music. We go out and meet them. We praise them. We share their stuff. That's really the way to be. And I got to say, Jewel and I have done 218 episodes. I think Yo 2.0 is like 30 some episodes. Allie's done maybe 10 with me by now. And I call myself undefeated. I have not missed yet on a great show, but a great guest and just a great concept. And, you know.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good job. Woo!
Thank you. And that is the way that the Metal Honey podcast should be and will be because of your dedication to it and your love of it, and you're taking something real, something that is a passion of yours. Who are some of the people you've spoken to so far? Who are some guests that you maybe would like to talk to and have on your show? Any dream guest besides me? I mean, you got me here. Besides,
Definitely you and Allie for sure. But so this might be a little bit too much of a shot in the dark.
shoot the shot.
Never.
But I'm a huge fan of Kill Switch. So one day, if I ever get to that point in podcasting, I would love to have a conversation with them. So Kill Switch Engage, definitely. And I would love to interview Mantra of Morta.
Oh, yes. She's phenomenal. I sent him an email, did not get a response yet, but I'm going to keep pressing that. And the little piece of advice I can give you for whatever it's worth, keep pressing it. Just send the email.
Yeah.
The worst thing to say is
seriously.
no. Yeah. I've gone as high as like Scarlett Johansson, and her people responded and said, "Thank you for thinking of her. Thank you for being a fan. Unfortunately, her
I just
schedule."
saw pictures of her. She is looking fire right now.
Oh yeah, and I stuck my neck out there, and
So,
I got a nice shoot down. They were very kind about it. But yeah,
like,
Lexi
she's
always shoot the
always
shot.
been gorgeous, but
Yeah,
yeah, she
always.
has been stepping her game up recently. I saw a picture of her the other day. I was like, wow.
So to be part of the staff with the band, you travel with the band. Like you do great merchandising. Uh, how is that love and how is the road? Because you spend a lot of time on the road. Is it hard or is it just such a great freaking job? Because I watched you that day. I'm like, man, what a great job. Just get out, go to
Having
band,
fun. You can
sell
tell
their
by the
merch.
smile. You can tell by the
Right.
smile. She's having fun.
Right. Tell us a little bit. Describe it if you can. I know the band's watching. You don't want to be too out there, but it's okay. You're getting all red and blushy.
Yeah, I love being on the road with them. It's so much fun. So I sometimes drive, which is different than hanging out on the RV with
Sure.
them. So they're both two different experiences. But when I'm driving and have like a small little like squad with me in the car, we party. It is a fun time. We play metal, we play old hits, we get the whole thing. And we also, when we see something cool, you guys will probably or have already seen, we'll take like little reels. And there's this one time where I was driving, we passed this lake, and I think it was, I forget who it was. I think it was William, and he goes, and there was a lake and it was shining, the sun was setting. It was really funny. And he goes, "It's Crystal's name." And I'm sorry, but like it's really funny. And then you go over onto the RV and I'm hanging out with Johnny and he's over here trying to learn how to play spades. And I'm sorry, but like him trying to play spades and trying to pull a fast one on the rest of them that's playing, like Cam and Bars, when they're all playing spades, Johnny just likes to pull a fast one sometimes, and they're like not having it. And it's very entertaining because you can't flip the table in the RV, but you know from their argument that they want to flip the table. And especially at night, when everyone's in bed, we have just the greatest conversations, and you get to bond with them in a different way. And to me, it's the bonding experience that just really makes the road with them that much more um, memorable and fun. Because if you can't bond with the people that you work with, going on farther journeys might be a little bit difficult. But the fact that like it came, and at times it is hard. At times, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's some times where we have some little struggles, little bumps in the road. But the fact that like we work through them so quickly is also really great too. We're able to move past those little bumps and get even closer, which is mind blowing to me, because sometimes in groups of people, when you're out in the middle of nowhere and you get in these little bumps in the road and you can't work through them, it makes going to the show that you're traveling out to a little bit difficult to pull in that energy that the fan's looking for.
Sure.
So the fact that we're able to work together and kind of be like a family and a close unit and be able to work quickly and adjust quickly and be able to motivate each other and give each other like the little motivation, the energy and the fun and the party, because every time we're on the road is always a party. And we're able to give that back to the fans. So the fact that we're able to do that, it makes me want to go on farther journeys with them. It makes me want to go all the way across the country one day, a 3-day trip, and have it be a huge week, maybe on Route 66, go all the way up and back or something like this. Just because we're able to work so good together, it makes me want to go on those journeys and experience it with them, because they're a really fun bunch on the road. They really are.
Oh, that's so amazing.
It's a gift. This whole life that I have, being their merch girl, being a part of the staff, getting to bond with them on the road, go on adventures with them, have little moments in the car where we're taking reels and having fun. Like it's just a gift, and I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to work with
I
them.
love how you took the merch girl and like made it your thing. Like,
Yeah.
I
Thank
just have to
you.
say that is just awesome. Like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I wonder what that's about. And then I started watching you, and I just think it's amazing. Like it really is. And like your whole vibe with your show, it's really cool.
Thank you so much. That means the
Absolutely.
world. Thank you.
Awesome. And you're very humble about it, which is awesome. And because a lot of people have grown to be fans of you, and from following the band, they learn you, and you're such a great face of them. Them as a whole band, they're a great face. They all do a great job. They're all super talented. And I look at everybody's stuff and I was like, all right, Cam looks great here. Good Bar's doing great here. Melissa and Will, and everybody does their great pieces. But then the forefront is a girl who comes off like a little quiet, little shy, and then bam, it's Lexi, like all up in your face. And I love it.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you guys and have enjoyed me as the merch girl. It's so much fun, and being a merch girl. Sometimes when you are behind the table, you start feeling like a little disconnected from the crowd. So
I get that.
sometimes because there's that little barrier and you're kind of like away from the act sometimes. Like sometimes you're off in the hallway, which I hate. Sometimes you're off in the hallway. Sometimes you're off in the corner. And I've always wanted to be the type of merch girl that you can approach. And it doesn't matter who you're here to see. I want to be able for you to approach me and be that approachable person, have a conversation, and maybe direct you to the band's merch that you're looking for. I can be I love directing traffic. Like, oh, they're awesome merch tables all the way to the left, and then you'll see them on the corner. Look, that's Stacy. She is waving. Say hi. Like, I want to be able to like have that connection with them, and then it's also great to make a personal connection too, not just connecting them to bands, but also connecting them like as a person. Like I can be like a friend or something, maybe not like a friend, you know what I mean, but like be
Oh, I
friendly,
say it all the
be able
time.
to have a
One little thing can
conversation.
affect everybody. Like it can
Yeah,
affect
sure.
someone's whole day.
hmm
And,
So being able to do that, I've also wanted to bring like the dance floor also, because from also being behind the table, you'll see the bands play, and sometimes I'll look around the room and be like, okay, what is everyone doing? And sometimes I'll look off to the side, and not to be mean or anything, but sometimes the merch people aren't really like, they're doing their own thing. They're
yeah,
busy doing other things, and I'm like, I wonder if we can like extend the dance floor. And maybe let's have the dance floor come back to the merch people, because I like to party. So let's dance. So I always want to dance. Sometimes I encourage them to dance with me. Like I want everyone to have a good time, and bring everyone together. So if I can be that friendly face that people can approach and be like, hey, how are you? I don't know who you are. Who are you? I'm Lexi Swarm. I'm Jessica. Nice to meet you. It's just nice. I like talking with people, especially for the past 2 years we've been locked in a house.
I know, right?
To
Like,
be able to say
People
hi, I'm a real
don't love
person.
you right now. You've been called the merch queen, merch
I
goddess.
know. I was going to say the same. You're the merch queen. You're the merch
Another queen.
goddess. Like, and again, I'll go back. Like when I walked in that day, the first thing on my mind was go to the merch table, meet Lexi, get a T-shirt, get something. And I walk in, all of a sudden I see her, and I'm like, you know, and you're like, hey, just approach me, and I'm like, like I'm nervous inside a little bit, but
I love that fanboy noise.
oh, it's it. I've got it. I'm a fanboy. I get geeked. I really do.
Wow, I've never heard anyone have a fan voice for me.
Oh yeah.
We need to make him do that every time he sees you. Be like, where's the fan noise?
Oh, okay. I'll
Uh
take note of that. Taking
oh.
notes.
Okay. Taking notes. Your comments are being noted too, folks. And even after you, it kind of put me in the zone of like, okay, like because then I saw Will and I'm like, all right, I got this now. And I tap, I'm like, hey, Will, how you doing? And then now Melissa came out. A lot of people were around Melissa because she's a presence. And even again, I was like, yeah, I got this. And like just meeting you at first made me believe like, oh, I got this. I can go. I'm like, Melissa, how you doing? Taking pictures. But like again, you admire the band, you see them do their music, and you see them all over social media. So finally meeting them, yeah, that's a geek moment. And I did make a little squeak meeting you, and I leveled it out by the time I met the rest of the band. But actually, the first person I saw was super cool. I got to the door and saw Good Bars because the door was a little confusing. And there's this huge line. I'm like, screw this line. Good Bars, what's up? And he shook my hand and we talked for a few minutes. And he's like, this guy's good. And I showed him my ticket and he got me right in without waiting this massive line. So thank you, Good Bars, as well.
Thank you
Don't,
so much.
right. Don't everybody use that secret. It's my secret.
You just said like 5 things that I could have, if I had the pervert button, I could have just put up. I'm just letting you know. Lucky I don't have the pervert button because
Where's the pervert button? It's up here from earlier.
Jeff kept putting up that I was a pervert every time I'd say something that like could have been taken in another way. Funny how he does it.
There it is.
Went away.
So earlier on, we were innuendoing out the. I almost said innuendoing out the butt. That would have been another one. But anyway, like I don't know why.
That's a good one.
Thank you. And they just start coming out of nowhere, and like I feel like a pervert. And JD kept hitting us with pervert.
It sometimes gets that way when you're doing innuendos. Yeah.
Exactly. And on the show, we tend to do them, and sometimes Jules like, dude, just take it easy on me, and like.
Never heard innuendos out the butt. Never. That's just straight dirty.
I'm guilty. It's a part of my humor too. But
Same.
I sometimes try to do like a very subtle.
Really bad.
It is a part of my humor.
That's a good thing. There's never anything wrong with that. Hi, sorry, Burn. Super busy and filming. Nice to see you. Hello. I don't know who that is, but hello.
Hey.
So she said Burn. Is that a little secret we don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought that was.
I'm just going with it.
I thought that maybe that was your real name.
No.
Burn?
Well, like short for like Bernadette or something. I don't know. Like I said, for me, it's always Lexi. And so I'm not doing that
I've
anymore.
never
No.
met a Bernadette. Never. I don't think I have any followers or anything named Bernadette, actually.
The only time I've ever heard of Bernadette was in one of my favorite TV shows, The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Bernadette.
I was going to say, that's the only one I've even heard of it.
Yeah. Big Bang Theory.
I could hit the high squeaky fanboy, but I'm not trying to do a Bernadette voice. No way.
I want to
no,
see you try.
No way.
Try.
Owie, owie. No, that one actually hurt. That hurt the chest and the throat and all that. Oh my God.
So bad, I want to see it again.
You out there can watch it every night on YouTube at the ocean.
If you're on Twitch, someone clip that. Clip it.
So
Now,
good.
I've learned in the short period of time.
All 3 of the different noises that he made, it needs to be made into a video. You got like 30 seconds of weird noises from Jeff there.
I'm afraid of that because I've seen Melissa and the band work Twitch and they're very good at it. I can only imagine what's going to go with my little.
Pervert. It could have been right there. Okay.
Oh my gosh, JD.
He left it up there. We've been using it all night. He's great. JD.
I only wrote it once. He just kept putting that.
I just kept putting it up. But and again, JD has become a fan of us, and he watches on a regular from you guys. He watches us every week and comments, and he was so excited for tonight as well. And we both share the same love for your band. Of course, Melissa and the gang, sometimes they chime in or give us an emoji or something, so we love that. We can't tell you how much we appreciate what you've been to us, and we hope at least that it's the same backwards. Like we hope we give you all the attention and love that you guys deserve and wish for, because you guys are amazing. And I always said, and I told Allie, I tell Jewel, I tell my wife, everybody, once you're on the Yo Show or Yo 2.0, when you're on once, you're Yo Show family. You're family. And we consider you guys like close family. We love you guys to death. You especially. You're always welcome. There's always a seat for you on our program. Like in beginning, like the Wednesday night thing was to bring in different guest co-hosts, and I spoke to you about that too. And you said, no, I think it's better if I'm the guest, which was perfect. And I loved you having as the guest. The guest co-hosting, I said, yeah, I'm going to try different people. But then Allie started doing it, and she was just so on. And I'm going to put you on the spot too. A lot of people were messaging me and like, dude, just cut it at Allie. It's Allie. It's all you need on Wednesday nights. Like people do with Jewel.
Guys,
Like people like, it's all you need on Tuesdays is Jewel. You don't have to mix it up. Like it's perfect. And I'm lucky. I love the male-female thing because we all share different opinions and different outlooks. I can do my geek voice in front of you too, and you don't think I'm like a total loser. So I used to. You're going to talk about it later. Like, what a geek. Did you hear that, boy?
we're gonna make a video with all the different noises. Like Dennis, if he's still watching the segment, if he didn't fall asleep, I'm sure he already has started.
All right, let me try this one. Thank you, ladies. Thank you both for joining me tonight on the Yo Show. Now, see, that sucks. I'm better high-pitched and squeaky. That deep thing sucks.
How about that guy that does, let's get ready to rumble? Can you do that one?
No. And I'm not even going to try it. I can't.
Get him to do as many weird
do it.
noises as we can. Go ahead.
What does
a goat make?
Lexi gave me a flirty face to make me do it. I said, come on, a little bit.
Go ahead, give him another face. Do a goat noise. Go ahead.
Goat noise. And I got no goat voice. No, bark like a dog. Woof, woof. What is happening here?
That sounded like Family Guy. Oh my God, that sounded like Stewie.
Can you do Stewie?
Sounded like Stewie.
I don't really have a Stewie, but I'll try. I'll do a little bit of Stewie for you. No,
You sounded like Stewie more the last time.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what I did the last time. I had lost total control of the program. Right, dance monkey dance indeed. I feel like I'm being pulled by the strings right now by these lovely ladies, but it's worth it. Hey, whatever makes them laugh.
I've done that video on TikTok like 4 times, and I still don't have the dance right.
Do a
Like,
scream
I
like
didn't
one now.
realize it was like the dance monkey. You're supposed to go like this.
Oh.
I was doing my own thing, just like how I make up my own lyrics sometimes. Like I was making my own dance up.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
Yeah, why not?
I did. And it actually, my dance monkey got quite a few likes. The one wasn't good.
I am not dancing like a monkey. Period.
Footsie roll last night.
Oh, look at that Sadie face.
I forgot how to do it at first, and then I was like, you know what? If I had shoes on at first, I was like, this isn't gonna work.
I give you a little
Let me-
cabbage patch. That's about all I got.
Oh,
I
that's
did the
the
whole-
Cabbage Patch? I thought it
Yes.
was the Mixing the Witches Bowl.
It could be. It is now. God damn it.
I don't know. Oh, did we do the
Oh.
shopping cart?
I like to
Oh.
shop. Like I've done little different variations. So Lexi needs to demo her false chord now. Oh, see, I have somebody on my side tonight. Thank you. He did tell me to dance monkey, but he's got my back.
Do they want me to scream? Is that what they want?
Apparently.
Oh,
Oh, hold on a second before you do. Hang on a second.
okay. I will say it's very difficult for me to do it sitting, but I can definitely do my best. I also kind of messed up my voice when
Oh,
I
don't-
was practicing earlier, but I think I'm good now. Hold on.
Okay. I'm sorry. She said, "Do you want to hear me scream?" And I had to put the JD pervert thing up there. Sorry.
It's okay. All right. All right. Let me see if I can try to like.
I expect like this high pitch. That's like a death metal. I like that a lot. Yes.
Thank you.
That I definitely can't do. And I didn't know you could do that either. Allie, can you do that? You got any death metal in you? No, me neither.
No. I do. I feel like I do have death metal in me. I just can't do the death metal. Like my scream's not even good. Like I don't even have
No.
a good scream.
Do you have a good fry? Can you vocal fry?
Wow.
I don't know, and I'm not gonna try right now. I'll practice.
Good.
I could do that after a couple
That's the type
beers.
of scream.
See, when I do it, it sounds like a belch. When she does, it sounds like music. There's a big difference.
It's challenging. I've been practicing for about 3.5 weeks now. So
Wow.
I'm learning how to false chord for not just for fun, but it'll be really cool because I do like to host concerts. So it'd be really cool sometime to, like, if I ever get the opportunity to again, I'd love to announce the band and do like a false chord or something. It'd be really
Awesome.
cool.
It went over well here tonight, and you heard it live here on Yo 2.0. Lexi doing everything from cute little smiles to give me a little flirty smile to get me to dance like a monkey to death metal screams to make me do my fan gate to dancing.
Can you death metal scream the Yo show?
I've never like talked words, but let me see if I can try.
That would be awesome, and you could throw that in at the end when we go to get off.
Oh, sorry. The Yo Show.
Oh my God.
Oh, God, you did it!
That was pretty freaking amazing. And I got to tell you, not for nothing. Usually, you asked me a couple days ago, how long do we go? And I said around 8:30, and we go for a half hour. We've already been to an hour, and I don't really know how to let you go. I do. I get the feeling I got to be at work tomorrow like 7:30. I get the feeling this is going to be like another 10 hours worth of show and just sit there and chat. But I could do this for hours because I do love, again, the passion and the fact that we all kind of have the love of the same kind of music, and we love to party and headbang, but also be ourselves. And this is what our show always is. And we get like decent actors and musicians are like, so what do I do? Like, just come on, be yourself. That's what me and Jewel do. It's what me and Allie do. And I've seen you do it, Lexi. You're pretty much being yourself on your program and just showing like the passion that you have when people meet you in person, which is awesome. I've got all the scroll down the bottom. In case you don't know, you will get to know a lot of the Swarmies and Sepsiss fans have watched tonight. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thank you for doing so. You can see Lexi Swarm on the Metal Honeys podcast. They got a Facebook page. You can see some of the past stuff on YouTube, like Allie did, stalked her all day long. That's pretty sexy in a way. Instagram and
fun, guys. She is so fun. Like, seriously,
Absolutely.
subscribe. You've
Yeah,
got
you
to
have to.
subscribe. She's so fun.
You have to, and tell your friends and rewatch this episode. We've been doing good on YouTube, getting a lot of views. I'm sure this one will get a lot as well. And thank you. And like I said, it's great guests, great people, great co-hosts that make it work. Lexi_Swarm is the Instagram, www.sepsiss.com. Of course, is the great Sepsiss band, and Lexi's a part of that family as well. The metalhoneys.buzzsprout.com. Facebook at the Metal Honeys Podcast. Get it, learn it, watch it. Look out, William Savant. There might be competition with Lexi Swarm on the screen. Oh,
And my
no.
mom puts your link for the live thing also. So we have to make sure that we get her information for the link because that's coming up.
Get the link. And one thing I will say, don't mess with Will. Will's the man. We love her. We love ourselves and Will. I love the whole band. I love you guys. I love you, Lexi. And I say that in many a different way. I just think you're fantastic. And anytime even when you guys do a live and I just type hello and Melissa's like, the Yo Show's in the house. It melts me because it's just that family stuff, sharing each other and just getting to know and put each other out there. We would love to invite you to do it again sometime. Maybe if the Swarmy Fest, come on and give us the rundown. Maybe we'll share some clips.
In May.
Yeah,
I
you
am
definitely.
a forever fan now.
Awesome, for sure. Yeah, and also love to come back someday. This has been so much fun.
What are you doing tomorrow? No.
Okay, clear my schedule.
That's awesome. We thank you so much. The amazing Lexi Swarm. Again, I'm going to run the link down the bottom a little bit longer so you know where to find her. And if you're watching live, of course, thank you. And if you watch on the recorded, you watch the replays on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, hello, and thank you for tuning in as well.
Yeah, we'll go on, Jeff and I, and we'll post also about Swarmy Fest and give them the information for your live feed.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Meanwhile, my wife stopped at Slim's and Matt said hi. I don't really know what that means. I'm not quite sure who Matt is, but hi. That's my wife.
Hi.
Wife,
Hello.
these are my two side girlfriends, Lexi and Allie. Like kidding. My wife is a tremendous person. She's a great supporter of my show and everybody that I like I say, she gets to like, and we listen to music in the car from the bands I check out, and she tunes in, and she's a great support system, wonderful, and she lets me come on and be a jackass
You
2
guys are
nights a
just
week.
like that fun couple. You really are. Like
We really are a lot of fun. We try to be anyway.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. It's been so much fun being here. You guys are really great. I
thank
would
you.
love to talk to you guys more. This is awesome.
Sure, like I said, it's like I'm having a hard time letting you go, but we are going to let you.
Oh, what's that? We're gonna do stuff online. Watch.
Okay.
JD, where you at? Oh, Matt Myers said hi. Matt Myers is a character. That's definitely a one-of-a-kind guy right there. We should bring him on the show sometime. That's a character. But Lexia, thank you so much. Like I said, I made a list of questions that we base off. Allie, do we ask a single question off the list? Probably not.
Other than like some of the bands that she's into, I don't think so.
And he says
You
you're
are-
the best. She is the best. You're just awesome.
Thank
Man.
you.
Like I said, I thought like let's just let it run. Let's just talk, and it worked out great. Like I said, we went like well over an hour just randomly not asking questions. Just
my God, he's not gonna let you go.
so anyway, so today I'm at Taco Bell. No, I'm kidding.
And we ordered the extra
Taco
supreme.
Bell. Taco Bell's so good.
No, it's the Mexican pizza and a burrito supreme. Stop. That's all you need. I don't know how we got onto this, but
Oh, Taco Bell. It's so good.
she's tapping her finger like, yeah, that was my exit.
Should have pressed the button.
No, all right, we will let you go. Seriously, thank you so much again, the amazing and lovely Lexi Swarm. And like I said, the link's going to run down the bottom. The Metal Honeys podcast is an excellent program with somebody truly devoted to the metal music and bringing it out to you. So make sure you check it out. You can find it on Facebook and YouTube, and check out Lexi. Lexi, thank you so much. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Pretty much.
I love her.
Right, pretty much as advertised. When I told you a couple weeks ago about her coming on, it was such a big deal to me because I do love everything about her devotion to it, her love for it, and seeing her at like the merchandise table. And like she said, like people are like, I'm selling merchandise. She's selling the band and herself. Like she's selling all of it, not just, hey, there's merchandise. It's, hey, this is us. This is our heart and soul. And you felt it. You felt it right away. I met her and, we took a nice little picture and I bought the shirt and I had the shirt on and I'm loving every piece of it. But you feel, I don't know if it's a word. You feel the genuineness, if you will, of everybody in that band. That's when I met Melissa and I met
The
Will. And,
pervert. I thought we were gonna have to pull up the pervert for that.
no,
I didn't know
we
where you were
didn't
going.
feel like that. We felt like this. There's a difference. But you do. You feel the genuine love and enjoyment of them when you meet them. Like I said, of course, they say you see them on a show, you watch their videos, you watch their music, and you're like, I wonder how they are in person. And probably better, maybe, than you even see them here. And that's saying a lot because they're great on their online stuff, even better in person. And
I
I
don't want
was,
to let her go either. I could
I
have
know, right? She's
kept her and just had her in like the backstage after the show. Just keep
right.
talking.
We could like do shots, virtual shots backstage. But she's like there's so much to her that I enjoy. She's cute, she's fun, she's got a sweetness to her, but also like a metalhead freaking attitude of let's kick ass and let's get it. And
Every one of her videos is totally different. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if she was gonna come on and be more like plain Jane, like kind of casual, or if she was going to come on, and like I didn't know what to expect. But she's
It's kind of
awesome.
way she really is. She's a terrific person, and the work she does and the work the band does, it's just so great, and you can't help but love them. And again, that's why I said to you, like, hey, she's coming on. I definitely want you here that night because I just knew it would go this way. And that's why, even though I made the questions, I looked at the questions. I'm like, now let's just go. And you were very accommodating too, because you know how to just go. And she knows how to just go. And I can filter myself in. So the three of us just had a genuine chat. And I learned that from, we had a musician on, who goes by the name of Lena Scissorhands. Cool as cool could be. She's got these long orange dreadlocks and just a great style about her. Real cool rocker girl. But she also does her own podcast, and she's like, yeah, so we chatted with. And I'm like, wait a minute, chatted with. I said, can I use that? And she's like, what do you mean? I said, interview was so like, we're going to do an interview. Chatting is like, that's what we do here. You sit. It's kind of like we're all in each other's, like we're all like sitting on one big couch. And we're just chatting. And the thing I love about Jewel and the thing I love about you, Allie, is you're into the chat. Like you're not about, let me ask them what they had for dinner last week. And let me ask them when they went to school in second grade, what kind of shoes they wear.
You're good with the questions. I like write down a couple words from what you write and
Yeah,
just kind of go from there. Like I have like growing up, meet such amazing metal bands. Like, and then I kind of just feed off of you. So
I agree. Chicago
yeah,
pizza. I'm a New York pizza guy. I'm more of a New York pizza guy. But it's funny because people in the past said, how come you don't put your wife on? Now, you know, my wife can talk to anybody as well. And that's really, for me, the kind of people I love to be around because people watch the show and they think, man, Jeff never shuts the hell up. But honestly, it's adrenaline.
I would
When
love to
I'm,
get Cass on. She would be so fun to have on the show.
she did it, like I said, she did a little sideline reporting when we did the food drive. She was actually out at the food drive and she did some talking out there and all was really great. And like I said, for me, I need people that like to keep the conversation going because sometimes I think I don't converse all that great. So I like for people to pick it up. Another thing I
So
like to
you're
do is
really shy sometimes.
I can be. You'll never see it
When?
on right. You'll never see it on Tuesday and Wednesday nights.
Has
Uh,
anybody seen him be shy? I need to know this. Anybody that knows him? Cassie, have you ever seen him be shy? She's gonna give
yeah,
up your secrets.
she will. But I do
So
agree.
right now, like, no.
No matter what you expect from Lexi and Sepsiss, what you will get is real, and that's very true. Real, 100%. You feel it, you see it. And yeah, no, I'm not really. I don't get shy. I like to talk. I like to be outgoing. Just when I get a couple drinks in me, I'm one of them people that's gonna be spitting in your face and up close and rah, rah, something. 'Cause I like it, and it's worked out well getting to do this. And like I said, I have been blessed with the people I choose to bring in. I kind of found Jewel by accident. Um, Jewel's brother, his fiance, if you will, and I were friends for years. And when I said female co-host, she's like, "How about you try Jewel?" And okay, I never even met her. We met one night. We got along real good, and the rest is history. And Allie, like I said, I seen you before I really knew you. I saw your photos and your Facebook. I'm
I
like,
think
yeah,
it's crazy that I've known your wife since
right?
junior high school, and you reach out to me from a different angle, and like, what? I was like, wow.
That Heath, I thank you so much for that, man. That's what we try to do. Like we don't try to be one of the monotone shows. We like to be animated, rowdy, have fun, share the comments because the comments and the people that watch are part of the show. Some people that are too professional, like, oh, don't put the comments up, it blocks. No, you people that watch are part of our program and you say great stuff and you're fans of the people that are on or you become fans of us. And we love it, man. We really do appreciate it. I think it's awesome. We sometimes people put comments I can't share. It's rare, but sometimes. But we love it, man. We love doing this, and people are like, what kind of money do you make? Money? What the hell's money? I don't even know. I don't even care. I would do this. I would pay somebody to let me do this. That's how much I freaking love it. Cheers. With no
So many
drink on it.
people, and like, people are so fun. I don't know. I feel like this is exactly what I needed after like kind of being like stuck in the house after the pandemic. Like this
Yeah.
is kind of like therapy.
And that's kind of what happened to us because, as I may have mentioned to you or not, Jewel had found a studio that would take us in for a very small fee. Maybe I think it was like $20 per show. We would go in and do a 2-hour show or an hour show. I think we did an hour show, and we would talk with whoever's guests after the show for like 20 minutes, and you were out there interacting, doing it in the studio. Like, man, this is the greatest thing ever. Next thing you know, pandemic and no more studio. What do we do? So we kind of panicked, reached out to the legend of webcasting, Jimmy Star. Good plug for my man, Jimmy Star. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell is one of the best, most watched shows out there. He's got great guests. So I said, Jimmy, I need your help, man. Like, we went from studio where people were watching us sitting together live.
1 second. Good night,
Yeah.
Dennis. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry,
Thank you, Dennis.
the text came across
Love
the
Dennis.
top of mine.
Yeah, okay. We love Dennis. He's a good dude. Thanks for tuning in, dude. And I'm sure I'm going to see some soundbite pieces put together soon.
He was watching, so you might. He
Yeah.
probably has at least 3.
My little
Put together.
squeaks and shrieks. But and so I said, Jimmy, I need help. He's like, look, we use this site called StreamYard. That's what he did. And he said, you need a camera, a microphone, some headphones. He's saying it's like you're sitting next to the person, and the rest is history. And when you see the guests come on, like if we did it just audio and you heard Lexi talk and you seen Allie's reaction to it and heard Allie's reaction, not seen her makeup, you'd be like, okay, that was kind of interesting. But to see it, it makes it so much better. It's awesome how complete strangers can bond with rock and roll and also become close to one another. Agreed. Music brings us close. Like I said, I seen Allie's Facebook and social media. I'm like, this girl looks cool. Turns out down the road, my wife's like, how do you know Allie Commissaro? I'm like, found her on Facebook. She's like, I've known that girl. And then from that, it grew into, like I said, that one night we went down to Chickies and Pete's, had some drinks, both ended up at the Corn Show. So it is true, Heath. Like, you meet people, you get together through music. Music really brings people together because if people like the same band, pretty solid.
Yeah, like I was kind of nervous at first to come on the podcast because I'm like, I'm one of those people that sometimes puts my foot in my mouth. Well, I'm one of those people that usually puts my foot in my mouth. And I was like, I don't know, like there's too many things that I could say, especially with the way the world is. But like once I did it, I like fell in love with it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need him to have me back all the time. So
She pretty much came.
even if you were gonna look for another guest, like I was still gonna go for it. I was still gonna go hard. I wanted to be here. I want to be here with you guys.
She was still going to go hard, which reminds me of a comment my good friend, Mr. J.D. Wolf, made. I can't find it right now. So many comments came in. That's what I love, too. So many comments came in. So many people had so much to say. And, of course, like I said, Sepsiss, they do a great job of social media and came on and chimed in as well, which was awesome. She is doing awesome. Allie's been awesome. Jules the same way. When we did audio, you can kind of watch yourself. There it is. Allie's going hard. Pervert. You can kind of watch yourself a little bit because you're not direct. Like what we do, Jewel, Allie, and pretty much all the guests is not improv, but spontaneous. We don't send the guest anything. The guests, like, we'll get certain guests to say, oh, don't ask about this. Okay. But I don't send them a list. I don't send them an agenda. I send the co-host what I'll call a treatment or an outline, basically to keep ourselves in line of things we want to talk about. But we don't script it like we have to do this, then this has to be this. No, it's just, okay, here we are. I worried about what I would say if I ever said the wrong thing. Jewel has said, what if I say something wrong? You said it, but once you get on and the guest and you're getting along with the other person, it just flows freely and there's not a lot of bad words to say because you pretty much are just talking fun stuff. Yeah. Oh, wow. Thank you very much. Man, I tell you, if you're clipping things, clip some of these too, because the pandemic it made people weird towards each other as well in public. They're breaking out of that now. Like, even though you had the mask, people were like, weird with people. And we talk about cell phone and we all do cell phone, but sometimes just talking, chatting, getting to know the ins and outs of people. Like I said, we're not worried about your politics. I don't care who you voted for, what your religion is. I don't care about any of that. I care about what got you into music, what got you into being famous, how you handle a crowd, what are your rituals like.
Just about you, like the
Right.
real you. I
Yeah.
feel like we kind of dig. I feel like we've got some information out of people. I did kind of want to get into her dating life, but I was like, I'm going to let her go this time. Next time, I'm going to get her that.
I get it because a lot of people, and no offense to you or Jewel.
Well, I hang out with a lot of guys, and when we have a hot when we have a hot guest, they want to know if she's single.
Right, we had that with Mackenzie, who was terrific, and she handled it very well too, and showed us this big blinger on her finger. She's like, "Nope," but I'm like, "Look at the size of that thing." Now she's, but like I've had people messaging me, and
She is loved.
yeah, you're not kidding there. But like I said, I've had people ask me, "Hey, what's Jewel's story? Hey, what's Allie's story? Hey, this isn't a dating game, folks. Like, we're here to have some fun. Behave yourself."
You can make up weird stories for me.
Okay, well, makeup.
Only dates guys from that work in the Walmart like sporting goods, or like just make up weird things.
And then I'll get, what a coincidence. Yeah. We are going to do this. And I'm trying to make an episode where I can get both you and Jewel together, which I know is tough with her schedules. I put it on Facebook. I think you might have seen it where I mentioned about getting some females on, talking about the horrors of men, the approach, dating, the whole 9 yards. And a lot of women are like, I'll do it. And I would like to get a little panel and hear some strange things. And my buddy's like, how sexist? Don't you want men to do it too? Oh, yeah. I want both sexes to have different episodes where they come on.
About weird girls too.
Yeah, there's a lot of yous out. Well, not anymore.
Six, come here, because I can't have you barking.
The two of them downstairs, upstairs, rather, they calmed down. They were getting at it a little bit, but I mean, and that's what we like to do. We like real stuff. We like fake stuff. Just leave it at Allie is very careful ever since the incident, and then never say anything else about it. Ooh, the incident. Whoa. And it's funny, I got myself backwards. I thought the Video Gothic was a fan of Allie's. Of Lexi's. Here it's one of Allie's people who know Inside Scoop. You can message me. You can message me at the Stoop Radio Network on Facebook.
Hold on, I have to get my dog. Hold on one sec.
All right, she's going to get her dog. While she gets her dog, I'm going to tell you a lot about what's going on the next couple of weeks. Yo 2.0, we do have a guest scheduled for November 2nd. Musician Jaden Zoe will be on Yo 2.0. Very excited for that. Wednesday, November 9th, musician Eric Bolton, Canadian singer. He'll be on our program. Wednesday, November 16th is Mayada. Another excellent. Actually, I think we switched that one because last week we had a computer issue. We lost the Isaac sisters, and I really want to get them on. So I think we're moving around a little bit, and the Isaac sisters will be joining us. So we have some guests lined up. I love doing the guests. I'm a fan of conversation, of Lexi, of Sepsiss, and don't forget Allie too. And now an Allie fan. I'm an Allie fan. I'm definitely an Allie fan.
Thank you, JD.
Yeah, well, JD's a fan of what we do here, and I love you for it, dude. Like I said, from Sepsiss, he watched when Sepsiss came on, and he liked what he saw, and he kept coming back, and we love that. And he became a Philly.
We're getting close, but we did not touch on this, and honestly, I need to know what is going on with the We Are Young tour. Like, what happened? What did I miss?
So the When We Were Young concert that was scheduled for Vegas, a 2-night thing in Vegas. And my good friend Stephanie Bertolato, who was out there in Vegas, went just for this. Saturday's show was canceled completely. They canceled it completely due to weather. They said there was a weather issue, and they're worried about high winds. Also, they canceled Saturday. And then Sunday came around, and one of the headliners, Avril Lavigne, backed out and was replaced by Death Cab for Cutie. So in the end, I'm hearing it turned into kind of a disaster, which is a little bit of a shame because everybody was hyped for this thing.
Avril and Good Charlotte were like the two on the list that like I would really But Avril's not doing it now?
No, Avril is out, and I don't know if the tour's going on anymore. I thought it was like a 2-day festival. I don't know if they're bringing it anywhere else. But from what I hear, the Saturday thing caused not really a ruckus, but Stephanie said the whole city of Las Vegas was clamoring for tickets for day 2 just to get a piece of it. Because Stephanie lives in Philly and went all the way out there to Vegas just for this show. And she's like us. She's a concert goer, music lover. And I'm like, you know what? I picked up the phone and called her after I saw that post. I'm like, dude, she's like, yeah. Like, you could tell she was just pissed. I'm like, what happened? She said, canceled. Wind, weather, so it's canceled. And that blows because this was like,
I would be so
right?
upset. I would have gone for. I would go just to see Avril. To tell you the truth, I'm a huge Avril fan.
Her music's okay. I think she's beautiful. So there's my Avril piece. But I tell you,
I love Avril.
I love you too, Avril. If you're out there, Avril, I love you.
Her new CD is so amazing.
You're a big fan.
Seriously.
There were so many great bands on that. Like I said in the beginning, when it first was announced, people were like, "That's not real. That's not going to happen." And then the time came, and then they flipped the switch. So I don't know how Sundays went, and I'm trying to find out.
I was really just hating the fact that I couldn't go.
Right.
That Avril's not there. I'm sorry for everyone that went out there and paid for it, but like personally, I'm a little relieved. I'm gonna say it. I said it. I'm relieved.
I blame it on the laptops as well. But yeah, I actually like I felt bad for Steph. Like my heart broke to talk to her and have her be so disappointed. But at the same time, like, whew, thank God I didn't get my tickets and I didn't go.
And tickets to that were not cheap.
No, they were not. And you're figuring in hotel fare. Like my wife broke down this itinerary of hotel and renting a car and the concert. I'm like, holy smokes, that's a lot of money. Would have been for nothing.
I have quite a few friends that live out there. So hopefully like one of them would at least take me in for like a night or two so we could kind of cut down a little bit on costs, but
I'm sure there's a lot of men out there that would take you in for a night.
not necessarily saying men. I have some female friends.
Wow, all right. That's definitely that gets a double
Oh
pervert.
my god.
Because that is terrific.
I
Hugh,
set myself up for that one.
you really did. Man, the time just flew tonight. Went so well. I actually took like a 20-minute nap before I came down to get everything set up tonight too, because I was tired from work. I'm like, man, I can't wait for the night, and I'm like, so.
My alarm went off yesterday. My son was late getting to school. My alarm went off. My power went out in the middle of the night.
Oh,
My alarm reset to daylight savings. It's kind of funny, but not really. It was an hour late. I woke up. I'm like, oh, I'm up early. Like, I'm going to conquer this day.
it's 10
Walk
o'clock.
out to the bus stop. I'm like, there's nobody here.
Oh,
What's
my
going
God.
on? I'm like checking the schedule for the school. Like, do they have off today? Yeah, my alarm reset itself to the wrong time.
That is great stuff. The Powerball, dude. Not that I'm gonna get heavy on topics now because like we're like at the end, but the Powerball.
Quickly,
Anybody
come on,
interested?
like an auction.
Yeah, let's do it real quick. So the Powerball is up to $700 million. Allie, A, will you buy a ticket? B, what will you do with $700 million?
First of all, I'd help every single person that has been there for me, or even that is going through anything that is just having a hard time right now. I would try to help as many people as I could.
Absolutely awesome. Me, I would buy tickets to pretty much every concert coming to the Philadelphia area for months on end.
And I
just
buy a lot
bring
of
people.
dogs.
Oh, I think I would buy a dog farm. Love
Yeah,
this.
I would have. Yeah, if I ever have like 100 dogs, you guys know what happened. I definitely won the lottery.
Excellent. So Lexi Swarm came back and dropped us a heart, so she tuned back in. Thank you, Lexi. I would, if I won the lottery for $700 million, I would fly out to New England and spend the day with Lexi Swarm and be on the Metal Honeys podcast.
I think we should also, if either one of us wins that much, we should definitely rent the whole cast from The Hangover and have them on.
That'd be pretty sweet. I think I
That'd
would.
be awesome.
I would build like a Yo-Show Jules said it once. Jules, like, if I win big money, I'd make like a Yo-Show complex with studio and hotel, and so I'm down for that too, man. That definitely would do that. So 700 million come our way. Good things will happen. In a new book, Matthew Perry, the former Friends star, said that he had an issue where he had surgery and his heart stopped for several seconds. To the point where they had to resuscitate him, bring him back to life. He speaks a lot about his drug abuse in the past and now his clean life, and very tumultuous. Can you believe Matthew Perry has lived such a difficult life?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I've
Like
heard
I
it.
feel like with a lot of those shows, like too many people have done good from that show. You need a couple people that have gone through some crazy shit.
Yeah, I would never expect him to be the one, though. He always seemed like the most straight-laced of the bunch. And when you started hearing about those stories, like he was real heavy at one point, he got real thin, and apparently he was just abusing
Have
things
you
left and right.
seen some of his movies that he's been in?
Yeah.
He was definitely on drugs.
Yes,
Without a
possible.
doubt. He probably had to take drugs just to be in the movie. Like there's a couple of them that were hard to get through.
That's quite possible. One other piece I want to share real quick as we are at the limit, and Allie has a good question. What happens if you go over the limit? Nothing, but old man like me got to get to bed. But anyway, so, and I want to share this too with you while we have you on here too, Allie, because this is something that I want everybody to see if you're watching live or watching recording. December 20th, which is a Tuesday night, we have landed a sensational guest for the Yo Show. So I'm sure everybody out there has heard of Terrifier 2,
Yes.
Art the Clown of Terrifier 2, and also the upcoming Grinch horror movie called The Mean One, where the Grinch is actually like a slasher. He's coming on our program. The one and only Mr. David Howard Thornton is going to be on the Yo Show Tuesday, December 20th. I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I
You
am.
didn't tell me in person, did you?
What's that?
You didn't tell me over text, so you could tell me in person.
Right, I like the response on the show. Like when I got Sydney Taylor from MMR to come on, I didn't tell Jewel to the show. She's like, "What?" And she had unfortunately missed that night, but I'd like to keep it as a surprise. But that's a Tuesday night episode. But please make sure to
exciting.
check out. Maybe pop in for a minute. But I'm very excited for that. David Howard Thornton from Terrifier 2 and The Mean One, which is coming up around Christmas time. We're going to talk about The Mean One when he comes on December 20th. We're going to talk about the fame of Terrifier, which was a very low budget movie that's now grossed, I think, $8 or $9 million on like $100,000 budget. And people are like, nah, some indie crap that'll never make it. And $9 million later, and it's one of the most talked about movies of the season. So congratulations to him. And we can't wait to have him on the program to talk about it. Apparently he's from the Jersey area. So he's fairly local. And I hear he's a great guy.
Oh, that's even cooler that he's from around here than he
Right.
like so many more things to talk about.
Jules like, you
That's
got to do your
awesome.
research and watch the movie. Yeah, she's like, you got to do your research and watch the movie.
I did not know that there was going to be a thriller Grinch coming out. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's coming up around, I think December, I'm going to check myself, December 12th, maybe. It's called The Mean One, and it's a Grinch slash movie. If you follow him on Instagram, David Howard Thornton on Instagram, which I started to once I found out who he was, and then I Instagram messaged him and he responded. I was shocked. I'm like, what? Like that almost never happens. But it did. I messaged him. He's like, yeah, let's get some details. I gave him all the details. He's like, sounds good. I'll do it. And he's like, can't be anytime October, November. I'm swamped, which of course the movie's been so popular. I get it. So I said, well, let's talk about The Mean One. Let's do December. He's like, all right. I found the date, the 20th, and he's going to come on. But yeah, if you follow him on Instagram, you get a little pic of it. And it seems like, I'm not big on slasher films, but it sounds pretty cool.
Oh, I'm psyched.
I'm psyched. I'm very psyched for everything we do here. And like I said, the guests that we get coming on Wednesdays, we're getting bigger and better. Wednesdays used to be like smaller time guests, but since we've had great bands on, Reign of the Hated, they were pretty awesome. Definitely a cool vibe. Nikenji has got tons of views on our YouTube page. People are watching her. People love her. Tonight with Lexi, a lot of people tuned in. And like I said, people keep saying, bring back Allie. We love Allie and we love Jewel. And I love you both. And I thank you for the work you do. And I know sometimes it's like, it seems like, well, here comes another Wednesday or another Tuesday. I wonder what's going to happen. And next thing you know, I can't even go to sleep. I don't go to sleep at like 2 a.m. The adrenaline that goes through me. And again, one last time for everybody who might have tuned in late, the awesome array of the 31 days of Halloween. I don't have all 31, but Allie and your amazing makeup work, your terrific costumes and all. Thank you for sharing them with us on these Wednesdays and doing a great face paint. Tonight looks great as well. You do a terrific job. Happy Halloween to you. Love it. Fantastic. The creativity is brilliant. That's what I love here on the show because I have zero creativity. So Jewel paints, you do the makeup arts. I need you guys as my support system. So,
did you pick your Halloween costume? Did you finally narrow it down to one thing? I saw that you posted something on Facebook.
Yeah, so last night on the show, I did the Bryce Harper thing. I'm going to this Halloween party with the full Bryce Harper ensemble. I'm actually probably going to wear the Clearwater t-shirt. And I got the Phillies pants, and I got the bandana and the wig and the whole 9 yards. So we're going to Bryce Harper it up. Why not? He's the most popular freaking guy. Excuse me. The second most popular guy in Philadelphia right now besides me. I'm first. The show, we're first. And then Bryce Harper.
You know what? I pulled out. I went to the game with that Howard got the bobblehead dolls. I just took it out and put it on the shelf since they went to the World Series. Jackson's like, oh, that made it onto your horror shelf? I'm like, yeah. I've actually been told by numerous people that I need to step up my backdrop behind me because you've got it going on with your pops.
Well, thank you. And another person I'm trying to get back on the program. Oh my God, I forgot her name. How the heck did I do that? Hang tough. Oh, her name is Jassy Capella, Jassy Capella. She is huge on YouTube, and she is a massive Funko Pop collector, horror collector, etc. Trying to get her back on the show, do more Funko Pop talk and some mystery box openings, and you got to see her setup with her horror stuff. Super cool. Like it's all toys and memorabilia, but some great shit. So that's the kind of, and like I said, you just learn people and their things from doing that, and that's great. Like I said, I've got so many people who've been on the show in my music library. That's what it's all about.
Well, a couple of people that I like reached out to that I just love online. They're like, "Oh, Jeff, blah 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 blah." They already know. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I like that. And I've had people reach out to us like, "Yo, so you had this guy and this guy. We're waiting for our email." I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." And Rain to the Hated reached out to us like, "Look, we have caught that show. We know bands have been on that show. How about us?" I'm like, "Yeah, how about you? Absolutely." And it worked out great. They had a cool kind of spooky backdrop they used, and that was great. And we love it. So we have a couple PR firms that say, "Hey, we need this." And the PR firms, they do great work too. Like with the Isaac sisters, when we had the cancer, like, look, you got to get these girls on. They're psyched to come on your show. We talk about great.
I really still want to talk to them because they are really cool. I started following them too and watch some of their stuff. And
yeah, I'm a little intimidated because they're badass, sexy women. They really are. They're like, if Destiny's Child was really cool, they'd be the Isaac sisters.
They make me look like I can't dance. They kill it on TikTok.
Oh yeah. See, I got to get more into TikTok. You got to teach me. We got to like get together over some beers, even if it's at a bar or something. You got to show me some TikTok. I got to get with it. I really do.
It's so much fun. Especially since you like.
Six gave me an eye roll when I waved at her. She's like, she did. Totally gave me an eye roll. She's adorable though. So we're going to load up and get ready to roll. We're going to load up, of course, St. Ricketts, The Catalyst. We did it on Wednesdays, and Tuesday night we do it with Fire Cannot Burn. Check them out at www.saintricketts.com. They got some great music, great bunch of dudes, and definitely want to check out their music as well. Something I'd like to do. Whoa, it's playing without me already. Let's stop.
Well, bye, everybody. And in case I don't see you or talk to you beforehand, have a happy Halloween.
Well, you know, I don't mean to blow that up yet because I'm coming back here and to do a very sincere and loving wishing of happy Halloween.
Yeah, it's got to be out there. I was
right.
letting you leave without throwing it out there.
Oh, I know. Like I wanted to give you like it's like people are like, oh, Merry Christmas. This is your Christmas, so happy Halloween, Allie. Enjoy it. I know you said you're going to be busy doing a lot of face painting and all, so make it a great one. Have a great time. Go Phillies, of course, too. That's Halloween night. But I need pictures and footage of your Halloween work because I'm excited for it. And again, thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you to Lexi Swarm, stuff down the bottom, Metal Honeys podcast, a show you got to start watching. Follow on Instagram, Lexi_Swarm. Of course, the great band that she works with, Sepsiss, www.sepsiss.com, the Metal Honeys.buzzsprout.com, and Facebook at the Metal
All
Honeys.
the comments. We love to get hearing from you guys.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody, for the comments. JD Wolf, of course, and Video Gothic, and everybody's just doing great tonight. With Heath Allen, thank you, dude, for your kind words. Thanks to Sepsiss for popping in, Melissa and Will and Cam and the gang. Thank you so much for that. Thanks to Lexi. Thanks to Allie for being awesome. As always, you were terrific tonight. Let's let these poor people go to bed. We'll play some Catalyst, and we'll see you next Wednesday. See you next. That was in the American Werewolf in London. See you next Wednesday. I'm an idiot. Let's go to bed. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Oops.
Introduce yourself. You're doing a fire. You have all the reason to begin again. Honor this desire. Do you hear the call? Coiling the wire. You have all the reason to begin again. Honor this desire. I have found the catalyst, catalyst, and I have found the catalyst, catalyst, and you understand yourself. This is not a test. You have all the reason to begin again. Honor this request. Do you wait for love? Put your acquiesce. You have all the reason to begin again. Honor this request. I have found the catalyst, catalyst, and I have found the catalyst, catalyst, and your chemical reaction incinerates the gravity. I found the catalyst, catalyst, and you. Yes, there will be days when the sky is gray, but I will remain. Introduce yourself.